What's going on, Fit Family? In this video, I'm gonna be talking about why I do not use creatine, TRT. I don't use any enhancements. I don't even do pre-workout. I do not use pre-workout. I do not use creatine. No enhancements. I don't do any enhancements at all. And I'm gonna be telling you all why I do not use any of those things. I do not use creatine. I don't use creatine because when you use enhancements such as creatine, you have to keep using them. You have to keep using the enhancements. Once you start an enhancement, in order to continue the results of the enhancement, you have to continue to take the enhancement. So that's why I don't use creatine, pre-workout, anything like that. So I used to take creatine. So I'm speaking for. So I've experimented with creatine. I got very good results from creatine early in my fitness journey. I used to take, I believe it was creatine monohydrate. I believe I took 5 grams a day. I forget how the measurements of it, but I was taking I believe 3 grams, or is it 300 grams? I don't even remember. It's been so long since I took creatine, but I was taking the correct dosage, or like the moderate dosage, but I believe it was a little bit higher than the moderate dosage is what I was taking. And it definitely made me buff. It definitely made me more buff, more strong in the gym. But the problem was when I wanted to cycle off of it, I was much weaker, and it was hard for me to reassess my strength without the creatine. So when I wanted to cycle off of it, I would go into the gym with the ego of this strength because of the creatine. But whenever I wasn't on the creatine, I couldn't do that weight, and it really made me. And also when I stopped doing the creatine, I looked way smaller. I looked way smaller, and I was a lot weaker. So I realized that, okay, if I want to keep the results of the creatine, I have to keep taking the creatine. I mean, I can never stop taking this creatine if I want to look in the way the creatine was making me look. So I decided I want to be able to grow and develop a physique that I know is mine based on just me, based on just my effort, because that makes the progress easier to track, and you know exactly where your gains are coming from. You know your gains are not coming from creatine if you're not taking creatine. You know your gains are coming from your diet, and they're coming from your workouts. And so I built my physique from, I stopped taking creatine, and then I continued my fitness journey without creatine. And this was probably like 10 years ago. It's been like 10 years since I've taken creatine. So that's why I don't take creatine. I want to know where my gains are coming from. The reason I don't take pre-workout, take pre-workout because pre-workout is something that it's an enhancement to it. It's an enhancement to a degree. It's something that you are using to attempt to borrow motivation from. You're attempting to borrow motivation from the pre-workout to then use that motivation to work out. The problem with that is, what if it's late? What if it's, let's just say it's 10 p.m. and you want to go work out? and let's just say you built up a dependency on this pre-workout. Like, oh, I need my pre-workout before I go work out. So now you're gonna use a pre-workout. You're gonna have the caffeine high at 10 p.m. at night, and you're not gonna be able to go to sleep until 6 a.m. the next day. You missing all your meetings. You missing all your meetings. You know, you didn't miss work. You going to sleep at 6 a.m. You waking up at 3 p.m. You miss your appointment. So I don't take that, because I want the motivation to be developed based on me. I don't want something outside of me to help motivate me to work out, or to do to really do anything really. So, and that's another thing. When you start taking the pre-workout, then you feel like you need the pre-workout to have a good workout. So you gotta keep taking it. You gotta keep taking it. And so I believe in build everything from yourself. Especially when it comes to fitness, build everything from a natural from being natural, and from a natural standpoint. You want to develop you want to develop yourself and the base of what you're doing as far as your physique goes. Base it on you, and that makes it easier to track your progress, because there's not the interference of an enhancement there, to where you don't really know where the results are coming from. You don't want that. You want it to be based on you. You want your progress to. You want to know it's because of you. You want to know it's because of the diet. You want to know it's because of the workout. So, you know, you're doing the creatine, you're doing the pre-workout. You don't know where the success is coming from. To me, it makes it much more simple. You know what's going on more when you're not taking the enhancements. The reason I don't do the testosterone or any of those types of things is, well, that's just dangerous as hell. I mean, it's dangerous as hell. We got people dying from it, dying from that type of stuff. And that's another thing. When you do that, you got to keep doing that. You would have to keep doing that to keep the gains, to keep the results. And you don't really want to your identity to be attached to some level that you reached based on an enhancement. For example, let's just say, which would never happen, let's just say I started taking testosterone. Well, I will probably get a lot bigger and look a lot different, and then I would attach my identity to being that size and looking that way. And let's just say I liked it. Let's just say I really liked it. Well, if I want to keep it, what do I have to do? I gotta keep taking it. I gotta keep taking it. If I try to stop taking it, well, then that's gonna be a bigger crash. When I go back down to my natural size and the way I naturally look, it's gonna be an adjustment, like a tough adjustment. Like, man, I'm used to being this big, and now I'm looking like this. Like, I don't even know how much I bench press no more, because I lost all my strength from taking the testosterone. And a lot of people say that their joints get bad from taking those drugs. Some people say that they have certain sexual difficulties whenever they come off those drugs. So, or, you know, testosterone and stuff like that. So I say keep it natural. No enhancements. And this, we just talking about fitness, but I'm also other things too. No Viagra, no honey pack, Because guess what? You start taking that honey pack and you give a bomb performance. Now you feel like you need a honey pack every time. See what I'm saying? So that's just an extension to my philosophy of no enhancements. We don't do the enhancements. We all natural over here. We all natural. 100% natural over here. Okay? So, but y'all do what y'all want to do. But that's why I do not use any enhancements. And I'm gone, family.